Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stocks Time Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. It's 5 minutes to 11 a.m. Eastern, 10:55. Guys, if you are in a trade, just remember, new hourly candle, momentum, volume, volatility, all of those things. Please manage your trade and your risk at all times trading, okay? And let's have a good session. We're gonna go for full 2 hours right to 1 p.m. And then I have to call the session. I gotta finish the session because my daughter is sick and she's here with me and she's watching. I put the Minions movie on upstairs for her, and she's alone with me, but she's watching the movie. So right after the session, guys, I gotta spend some time with her. She's not feeling well. So we're gonna go through the market. Today's a big day. Nvidia has their earnings in the after hours at 4:20. Just prepare for that type of volatility. Anytime Nvidia has earnings, it can move the entire market itself, S&P and NASDAQ. It may hit, it might be our first ever $6 trillion market cap corporation in the entire world. But if they have shitty earnings, if it's a bad guidance, there could be a massive sell-off in the market. So just please be advised that Nvidia has their earnings, and have a plan if you're going to hold some trades overnight. in the tech, in AI, in NVIDIA, whatever it is. Make sure you are managing your risk. Okay, guys, we're going to go through gold and NASDAQ together. And we'll see how the markets are moving. So I hope everyone's having a great day. It is midweek Wednesday. It's May 20th. I completely forgot. I thought today was Tuesday because we had the Monday, the holiday, and my mind is not thinking right. So it's already Wednesday, guys. This week is halfway over. So we got to really watch for a midweek move going into Thursday with NVIDIA's earnings. Okay. So gold is moving right now. Big move on gold. NASDAQ right now in the 5 minutes is still moving bullish, higher highs and higher lows. Our news right now, work is underway to put the finishing touches on the text of an agreement between Washington and Tehran. So this is some news that just came out. So it might be announced some type of agreement within the next few hours. So keep an eye on that because that could dictate the way how the markets move if there's a peace agreement or something achieved between Washington and Tehran. Okay, so we'll keep to date up to that, but right now, Iran threatens to extend conflict beyond the region if U.S. and Israel resume attacks. So then this comes out, this article. So it's hard to predict if there's going to be peace or continuation with war, and it does affect the markets and all securities you are trading. So that can make the markets very volatile. So we can't control what is said or what is going on. The only thing we can control as traders is our risk management and our discipline. Okay. So I hope you guys are learning every day to help better your risk management. You will take losses. Okay. All traders do take losses, but some traders know how to manage their losses better than others. Okay. And that's what will make you that much better of a trader. Okay. Odds are already stacked against you in trading as you're a retail trader. And so you have to have an edge at all costs. Okay, all of us on this call have to have some certain type of trading edge in the markets, whether it's discipline, patience, trading with proper risk management, knowing when to step away from the markets if you're having a bad day. These are all things that will make you much better as a trader, and with experience and more time in the markets, you will eventually get better and you will understand what I'm saying. Okay, guys. So today's news, we had some news coming out of Europe. We're way past that right now. We had our crude oil inventories come out today. Every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., they release their weekly crude oil inventories. We have this afternoon our FOMC meeting minutes. It's a high impact red folder right here. This is not an FOMC session. Okay, a lot of traders get this mistaken. There's no federal funds rate. There's no conference at 2:30. There's nothing going on. This is just a summary of the previous FOMC coming out in minutes and a summary summarizing everything that happened in the previous month. They do have it as a red high impact folder because anything to do with monetary policy can provide volatility in the market. So you have to be careful trading at that time. And then going into the end of the day, just be careful going into after hours because we know that today is earnings for NVIDIA. Okay. If you're going to trade the Asian session later tonight, Tokyo session, you do have some Australian high impact news, employment change and unemployment rate. Okay. Moving over into our earnings. So we had some earnings this morning. Target Corporation, Lowe's, TJX, they all reported this morning. Good earnings. You can see these box retail stores, they beat their EPS, they beat their revenue, good growth and good surprise. Okay, so our retail stores are looking good. And but the big earnings is this one, after hours. Okay, we don't need to talk about any other corporation other than this one. NVIDIA is reporting at 4:20 p.m. Eastern. The estimated earnings per share is $1.70, and estimated revenue quarter over quarter is $78.75 billion. A fun little fact about NVIDIA is they have beat every one of these earnings calls for, I believe it's now the past double digits in earnings. Like it's this company is unbelievable. So the analysts keep raising the bar, and Nvidia keeps beating it. Eventually, maybe that streak is going to come to an end, but I wouldn't bet against it because it's on a historic run right now and could top $6 trillion market cap. And then also, guys, not just the earnings when they release these numbers. The most important part of earnings is listening to the conference call, listening to the CEO and his guidance. He will give guidance and will be asked questions about the future of NVIDIA, what is in the pipeline, what they have in store, and it could give guidance of how technology and AI and NVIDIA moves the markets in the next 3 months. And this is free for everybody. You can listen to this conference call. You do not have to be a shareholder of the company to listen to this. So you can tune in. At 4:20, they're going to release these numbers, and then maybe like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes it's delayed, but around 4:45, 5 p.m., you're going to start to get into the earnings call. And I suggest that everybody at some point listens to an earnings call because if you're going to branch over to the stock and option market and become an investor in the near future, it's important to listen to a forward guidance call. It's really important, guys, especially with these big name companies, because even if you're not invested or you don't own shares of NVIDIA, it could still give you guidance of how the technology and AI market will be moving in the next little bit. And then the other securities, the other little ones, ride the coattails off of NVIDIA and you can trade and invest in those securities as well. Okay, so that's our big earnings today. Let's see what else we got going over here. S&P 500, NASDAQ rise and countdown to NVIDIA's earnings. So this is the CEO with his famous leather jacket over here. He will be the one answering all the questions on the earnings call. But we'll see what happens. Okay. And Trump acquired stock in Disney. Wow. Okay, so follow Disney, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but if Donald Trump is acquiring stock in Disney, watch it. Put it on your watch list right now, guys. Disney is up 1.25% right now. When he acquired some stock and the government of the USA in Intel, it shot up 300 to 500%. So put this on your watch list, guys. It's worth noting. I'm not a financial advisor. Mr. Trump is our financial advisor over here. So whatever he does, we follow because that's where the money is. Continuing. Okay, so NVIDIA's high stake earnings are on deck. What to expect? If you want to read a little article, it's right there. NVIDIA is almost up 2% right now pre-earnings. What else we got going on? When will gas go down? I have no idea, guys. I filled up yesterday. It's getting stupid. I have to put premium gas in my cars, and it was $2.40 a liter, not a gallon, a liter. There's 4 liters in a gallon last time I checked. There's $2.40 a liter. It is getting stupid. So this weekend, I'm going to buy a bicycle, and I will be riding a bicycle from now on because I can't afford these fuel costs. So I will be riding a bike coming up now. I'm going to sell all my cars and just ride a bike from now on. That's the only thing I can afford. Right over here, Intel, Micron, other chip stocks extend bounce ahead of NVIDIA's results. So look at Intel's up 6% today. So what I mean is these smaller companies can ride the coattails off of NVIDIA. It's the market leader. It's the #1 ranked team, right? It's we follow NVIDIA, okay? Walmart had earnings. Walmart's Q1 earnings expected to deliver yet again as Americans seek out value. So Walmart might have good earnings because they have cheaper products and when we're in a tough situation, we shop at the dollar store, we shop at these bargain stores, Walmart and things like that. So keep an eye on everything, guys. NVIDIA is the big name today, okay? Just continue to move forward, guys. We sent out some signals over here, so some gold signals right up here. We were looking for buys above 4,505. Got some closing volume and a nice push for over approximately almost 300 pips right now. So if you guys got the gold signal, congratulations. Some signals on indices. Yesterday there was a move on the NASDAQ on the buy, hit full TP up there, and right now there was a long signal just before the call called on NASDAQ 100 at 29,120, and we got some closing volume and a little bit of a push for about 50 to 60 pips. Okay, and I'll go into a full top down and we'll start to monitor that as well. Okay, so guys, if you're looking for trade ideas signals, we do offer these at SST, and if you need those. Okay, guys? And also everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for joining. There's a free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube. It gives you the live links upcoming and our links for the day to join us on our live trading and analysis sessions on YouTube. Guys, this was a trade I took this morning. I'm telling you, I'm milking these securities right now, IONQ. The reason why I like to watch one or two securities that I'm trading is because I can get to know, I'm familiar with the prices. So I know yesterday's high, I know the lows. What I did was I bought Wall Street's dip today on it. It dipped. I bought 200 shares right there. You can see almost 10,000. And then there was another dip. I dollar cost averaged in another dip. I bought another 200. So I had a total of 400 shares. Then when the market started to move up, I sold all 400 shares for a profit of $600 and I hit my percentage goal in the stock market. And also trading with the signals today in gold, I hit my 1% Forex goal. So I could not even join this call with you guys and go on with my day. I've already hit my daily goals, but I enjoy my time with you guys. I enjoy helping you guys. I enjoy answering your questions. But to show you guys, you can do Forex, you can learn the stock and options market, and you can literally hit your goals in a limited time. Some traders can do it in less than an hour. You can see I was out of this trade by 10 a.m. Like watch Wall Street. I know it opens at 9:30, and then trade into that nice bullish volume, and I'm out for the day. Okay. Do I need to hold till next week? No, I get my daily goal and I get out. I'm an intraday trader, scalper. And guys, these were some moves with Dave and the snipers in the private Zoom in New York, hitting some pips and learning with Big Dave. Okay. And everything we do here on this Telegram channel, all giveaways, promos, everything are included in here. So join this. It's pinned at the top of YouTube. And guys, if you want to join the team at SST, right now we have a 50% off plan on all premium plans where you will get all of the live sessions, Zoom sessions with myself and Dave, the trade with the Discord community 24 hours a day, all of the education we offer on the website, all of the trade idea signals, all of the indicators, everything we do here at SST, and much, much more. I can't list everything right now. Use that code and join the team and take your trading to the next level, because now you're learning with a real community of real traders, not just myself and Dave, but everybody in Discord. We have some real full-time traders in this group. We have part-time traders. We have students in this group. We have everybody in this group that's helping each other out as a team. And I'm very, very proud of that, to say that. This is a unique community. It's different from maybe your other communities you guys are involved in, but here we have each other's backs and we help each other. Okay. And you guys on the YouTube, you are a YouTube community. We're here for you guys every single day. All you have to do is like the channel and subscribe. That's how much it costs you to join us every single day. Okay. But if you do want to take your trading to the next level, then we have a private community, okay? And that's where we can be more hands-on with you and really focus and help you guys out. Okay, let's get into this. Let's start off with gold. I have no idea if you guys are in buys, sells, or on the sidelines. It doesn't matter to me. What I need to do is I need to do a top-down analysis, okay? So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this. Welcome everybody on Zoom. Sergio, good morning. Welcome. Mike, thank you for joining. Bogdan, welcome. Mahidi, welcome. Rob, Alex, thank you for joining, guys. Rob, what is it in Europe? We have around €2 per liter. Holy shit. Yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I think I might just get a horse and carriage. I don't even think I can afford a bicycle right now. Bicycles are probably getting crazy due to inflation. I'm just going to go get a horse and carriage. I'm going to be like Amish. I'm going to be like a Mennonite. And I have Mennonites that live close to me. I go fishing in the summer for perch at 4 a.m. Eastern before the sun comes up, and the Mennonites are out there with the horse and carriage. So I might just join them. I might carpool with them. Um, but they're saving some money. They're smart, okay? Maybe we're the silly ones buying these gas guzzling vehicles that have to take premium fuel, and we're the stupid ones, but maybe they're the smart ones, okay? So, yep, horse and carriage. If you guys see me around town cruising in a horse and buggy, that's me, okay? And everyone on YouTube, welcome, guys. So let's get into this daily analysis of gold. Okay, so you can see I'm on the daily. I'm not on the 5 minutes anymore. Yes, I can see the all-time high. I can see some structure up there. I can see what's going on, but I just need to kind of visualize and figure out what's going on over here, okay? Because we got a 2-hour session. I don't think gold is going to break 1,000 pips unless something dramatic happens in the market. So all I need to do right now is just identify some zones, okay? So you can see right there what I just did. Body, 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 place a line there. If I want to identify the zone above, I can do it right just like this, okay? Nothing fancy, nothing magical, just like that. To illustrate, it's a red zone. One thing that I do that gives me my edge in the market, I don't know about you guys, is I stretch my zones into the future. That's my edge. Believe it or not, guys, that is an edge in the market, because if it ever comes back up there, it could be a red box and go back down. So I know someone says, well, Ron, that's pretty silly. That's pretty obvious. Well, why don't you do it then if it's pretty obvious? You know, when I'm teaching this, some people say, wow, I've never thought of that, to do that. Well, you know, that's what I learned to do. And what I also learned to do, what also gave me an edge in the market, if I find a daily point of interest of a yellow line, I add an alert. Did you see how quickly I right-clicked and added an alert? So my edge in the market is, if gold ever comes back up here, I will get alerted. And then it's got a high probability it could go back down. It also has a probability that it could break through here, be an impulse and a fake out, catch a wick, and close back below there. And option 2 is it sells down with a liquidity grab and a fake out. Option 3, it breaks through here and does not fake out, closes with blue volume above. All I do is switch the zone back to green. It might come back to pull back and retest in there, and I could be buying with those disciplined, patient pullback traders, and I could be trading right back into that zone. So those are the 3 options. You know, when someone gives you an option, I'm giving you 3 options of what the market can do at that particular location if it gets there. It's not there right now, so we don't have to worry about that. So what we got to do now is look for another point of interest. So when I do one, I try to find the opposite. I try to complement it. So there I found a little seller's zone. Now I find where there was support right there. It created a double bottom with a massive liquidity grab. That was Monday, March 23. That was going to be what is known as a Black Monday. However, because that was a big black candle coming all the way down here. But you guys remember, Donald Trump tweeted at 7:03 a.m. Eastern and said everything is A-OK in Iran. We got it taking control. And that's when the market rebounded, okay? And that's when he bought his shares on the dip, and he made his billions of dollars coming out of there. So all I'm doing now is looking backwards right below that yellow line. There was a previous all-time high in October of 2025. Holy shit. This guy's looking all the way back in October of 2025. I think we're at, what's the date today? May 20th, 2026. So that's why, guys, when you look backwards, you can predict price action in the future, but you have to look backwards. Some lazy traders don't look backwards. All they're worried about is, am I buying or selling? Am I buying or selling right now? Take some time and do some analysis. I promise you, you will become a better trader when you actually put some legwork into doing some work in the markets, okay? Imagine going to the gym every day and someone doing all the work for you and you gaining all of the muscle, right? That doesn't work. You got to go to the gym if you want to lose weight and build some muscle. You got to go in there and you got to actually physically go in the gym and work out, eat healthy, and to get results. Imagine how easy it would be if you could just click a button and tell someone, do workout for me and you gain all the benefits. So that's what lazy traders do, okay? I'm not a lazy trader. I do the work. I don't want you guys to be lazy traders either. I want you guys to go through the analysis, do the work, because I know it will pay off and you will become that much better of a trader, okay? Stop jumping from trader to trader and just asking for signals, okay? Don't you want to learn the art of trading, the craft of trading, and be financially independent for the rest of your life? That's what we're trying to teach here. And I know not a lot of people want to learn it. They want the easy way. Just, should I buy or sell right now? I have no idea. I don't know. Just so in case someone asks me that, my answer right now is I have no idea. Okay. I'm doing analysis right now. So now we got to figure out now, look at red zone, green zone. The volume is trading in here. So now we got some pivots and some structure within the zone. Right here, it came down off of the top, right? Came down, 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 and it stopped right there, okay? And then it came right back up. There's another top. Okay, did it reach the red box? No, that a lot of impulse breaks above there, but then it came right back down. Okay, look at now. So this was Friday, big bearish candle. Okay, if I cut Friday in half just for this week, see, we're still below. Look at the number, 4,600 on the dot. So I'm not going to go into psychological numbers. You guys know I talk about this shit every single day, but there it is. Cutting that bar in half, it's 4,600. We tried to come back up into it on Monday, the start of this week. We tried yesterday and failed. And those are lower highs. And now the sellers yesterday brought it all the way down, created a new weekly low and came up. So let's follow now our close and our daily candle right now. Okay. So we closed right there yesterday, and we opened right there. 4,480, okay? 4,480. It was initially bearish when we opened. It was black, black, black. We took out yesterday's low and we made a new weekly low. So there is still sellers in the market pushing down. So we still have to respect that we're still trending down, okay? But when it hit the lowest point of the day, 4,453, 4452, like right around that 4450, that psychological number, it came right back up to the opening balance, and we've got a nice big bullish candle filled with blue volume, and we made a high so far. Here's our high right there at 45.53. So we're right back to that block, 45.50. And there's a rejection there, okay? So it's coming down, but we still have a lot of big blue volume. So you see this yellow line that I have right here. I hate when TradingView moves it when I plot it right there. See where it is at the body to body? And now if we come back down, I want to see if this yellow line today, 45.20, will still hold as support to continue to fuel the bullish candle to come back up to the high and break higher. If we lose this today, 45.20, it's got a high probability that we're going to lose some of this blue volume and it will come back down and trade into this wick right here. And that wick is exactly 50% of these two yellow lines. How do I know that? Because I've been doing this and I can visually see it. And look at the number, okay? I'm not even going to bring my Fibonacci tool to show you that that's exactly 50% because I know it is. That wick right there measured between these two yellow lines is right there. And look at the number, 4,500 on the dot. So if we lose 45.20, the sellers may come back down to 4,500 right there. And that bullish volume that opened it should be holding and it should come up, because if they lose that, we're coming right back to the opening. Then the candle flips bearish and we got a shooting star filling the wick and it's continuing to come down, and they sucked in all of today's daily buyers. We got breaking news right now with Trump. The US is in final stages of talks with Iran. Okay. So they're in the final stages of talks with Iran. So if they come up with some type of peace deal, this could be huge for the markets, okay? And with Nvidia's earnings this afternoon, holy shit. Okay, so let's follow this volume. It came right back up, bullish, 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 bullish. There's our high and coming down. So what happens if it continues to be bullish and we break our high? Well, first thing we got to do is target those bodies right here. Right here, we got to come back up to those bodies at 4, 5, 6, 7. From 53 to 67, let's just do some grade 3 math. That's $14. That would be 140 pips from a purple line to that yellow line. And then if it continues, we know what we have to do. We have a job to do. We have to backfill yesterday's wick and get back up to the high of yesterday, okay? And then we're right back to the 50% of that big bearish candle. If we can get above there, then we could maybe reverse this market and go bullish. Okay, so that's our daily. Right now, it's very bullish on the daily, okay? But we're still trending down from last week. So even today is bullish, it's still counter trading. So what I would look for out of today on gold is if we can get blue volume closing above here, because if it pulls back maybe into here, then we could start to create gold to be bullish to retrace back up to here this week, okay? So what I do now is I break the gold daily candle down into hourly increments. Where did all of this hourly blue volume come from? What time, what session, what hour? Let's figure it out, okay? So we were sloping down on Tuesday, coming back up, sloping down, big bearish candle Tuesday at 9 a.m. That's Wall Street. And then it came back up again, bottomed out. When it came up there, you see it didn't close above to break out. Then right here, Tuesday at 2100, that's 9 p.m. There's 10 p.m., 11, midnight, continued to come back down. Right there at 11 p.m. last night, it made our daily low. Then we slowly came back up during the European session. There's London. Now we're going into pre-New York, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Here's 8 a.m. Normally we have North American news here, but that represents also COMEX. Then 9 a.m. we came down, and look at the big move was 10 a.m. They came down, higher low. So we're holding good hourly support at today's daily low, and look at where those hourly bodies are forming. So you see how I just draw a little green box to represent hourly support. See right there, body, body, body to the purple line. And when we came down today at 10 a.m., we did not tap into there. Right away, it flipped and turned really bullish and broke through everything. So this to me is a nice structural bar that closed above all of this. So what I would do with that hourly bar is cut it in half and find a point of control, okay? I could even utilize this yellow line to cut it in half, but I grab my Fibonacci tool from the opening balance of that hourly candle to the closing balance, okay? And what I can do is with this yellow line, I know it's a daily rate at 4,500, but I know it will represent the bottom of my green box because it's at the 382, okay? So I just take this yellow line to just be my cut line right at 50%, and then my hourly point of control zone, there it is, okay? And what I can do is also place an alert in that yellow line. Okay, so see there, right at 4505, I'll place an alert, right click, add an alert, perfect. Okay, so if gold on the hourly or any time frame for the matter for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, if it retraces back in there today, it could be a potential buy opportunity to take it back up, because you see has not been transacted yet, okay? The low was this low starting at this call right there. That was the lowest point, 4,522. We're nowhere near coming in here. So, but an alert doesn't hurt, and you got to have some patience if you're waiting for a dip buy. And if you want to know how to trade for dip buys, that's what you got to do. You have to wait for the market to come to you. I don't know if it's going to come down this hour, the next hour. I don't know if it's going to come down in 5 hours from now or tomorrow, or if it even comes down from now. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you, only God knows, or only Trump knows, we should say. I have no idea, but when it comes, an alert helps me to get ready to look for a high probable setup. Okay, it could get inverted bearish, right? You got to understand that as well. Just because it comes in here and gives you an alert doesn't always assume it's going to bounce out of there. What if that black volume alerts me and still comes through there and it's a big black engulfing candle and it closes below there? Then what I do is just invert the zone. I just flip it red because there could be dip buyers there. And then when they come in there, it could be offers, a red zone. And then I could look to sell it back down to take it back down to there. Okay. But what it is a zone of where I could look for a potential trade, okay? I'm leaning towards the buy side, higher probability buy, but I also understand that this zone can get mitigated and close below, and it could become a seller zone. So if we just follow this hourly volume, it was all basically 10 a.m. and we just opened low of an hour, we broke, we came back up, we filled the wick. So there's our highest point of the day right there, and it got rejected, okay? So we have now this pin bar candle with 34 minutes to go. We don't know where this hourly volume will close until 34 minutes from now. But what I can do is I can now look at some structure behind me between this yellow line and today's daily high. And you see, look at this hourly area right here. So I like to draw a white line right here. Let me explain why. okay? Because I can see that there was a wick there, a wick there, a wick there, a wick there, body, black body closed there, a bullish blue ignited candle open there. There's another wick, and now it's acting as the resistance. So you see that body and that body and that wick? I'm just gonna raise the white line just a little bit right there. Look how it complemented that body and that body. I still have this range, and now it's representing. Look how it got rejected. If the hourly volume stays below this white line, this is hourly resistance, then we could definitely push back down and maybe get down into this box. If we get hourly volume to close above this white line, we could make this white line momentary support to continue to take us and fill our hourly wick and our daily high and go higher, okay? So you see how I have that white line? Now when I go to the 5 minutes, you see the white line. It's right there, okay? Now I can see when the 5-minute candles came up, they just got rejected there, came back down. Big, massive, bullish 15-minute candle at 11:15, bullish ignited, broke right through there. That's what created our highest point of the day and got rejected. And right now we got black volume closing below there and pushing back down. So what I got to do is watch this parallel bullish channel we're in right now, which started right over here. And we're inside this channel right now, okay? So that's on gold right now. We're a little bit overbought on the 5 minutes. We're getting a little bit of a retracement. And remember, I could entertain buys in this blue zone down in here if it gets down here, okay? Is anybody in a trade on gold right now? Buy, sell, you know, or sidelines? Rob, where did I read that Donald Trump bought Disney? On Forex, Yahoo Finance, right over here. See on the headline, Yahoo Finance 4 hours ago. Trump acquired stock in Disney, Netflix as he slammed them. Okay, so I didn't read that second part. So he slams these companies, Disney and Netflix, he slams them so they go cheaper, and then he acquires them. Wow, like you talk about manipulation, but that's the world we live in, okay? I'm not going to fight Donald Trump. I'm not going to argue it. I don't give a shit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow what he does, because if he makes money, I can make money too. So that's what these guys do, is they put a hit piece on these corporations. They say something, then the stock price will drop 5, 10, 15%. And then they look to, they're smart, right? They are buying the dip. They don't want to buy FOMO. They don't want to buy the all-time high. They'll put a hit piece, slam it. When it comes down 10, 15, 20%, when me and you panic and we sell all of our shares to these guys are loading up and they're ready to take it back up. So that's in a nutshell of how these manipulated stock markets work. Stop trying to fight it and just trade with these guys. That's what I learned over the years. I don't give a shit what these guys do. I just want to follow them, okay? So that's what I do too with that IONQ. I told you guys, I am rinsing and repeating that quantum computing security every day because I love the volatility. It can have 5% positive days and it can be down 10% the next day. So I wait for those nice dips. Today I showed you guys, I bought the Wall Street dip. I waited for it. I bought 200 shares. I added another 200 shares. Then when I saw it was moving up in the Wall Street buyers volume, I sold all my shares for a good $600 and got my 2%. So that's it, guys. Don't fight it. Just trade with these guys. It's the way how it works right now. Sorry, Emmanuel, is it okay to risk a higher percentage of your account on an A+ setup? I'm not like, if it's an A++ setup, Emmanuel, and you got check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Let's say, for example, you did your top-down analysis. It's a trending bullish market, check mark. Let's say you waited patiently for a pullback in a point of control zone, check mark. Let's say it's in the EMAs are all lined up in that box, check mark. If it was oversold coming down on a lower, check mark. And it meets all requirements. It's a trending market. You're buying the dip at all those locations. Absolutely. If you want to increase a little bit more, that's the time to do it, Emmanuel, is when you have high probable setups and everything meets your requirements. that's when if you are going to do it, that's the time to do it. You don't just increase your percent just to trade anywhere in the market, right? But when it, like, for example, if I feel really confident, if it comes down in here and I'm looking for that dip buy, maybe I'll increase my risk a little bit in that zone because I know it's a point of control on the hourly that has not been tapped into. So I'm willing to take that extra risk in that zone. But I'm not willing to take now extra risk on buying this blue candle in no man's land and when we're below the hourly resistance, right? Because I know it could get rejected and come down there, and then I've just taken on a larger loss. But to answer your question, absolutely. You got to basically feel the market, the way how the market is moving. There's days when you get the flow of the market and you're taking a trade, you're making money, you're buying a pullback, you're making money, buying a pullback, you're making money. If you got the rhythm of the market and someone asked me, Ron, I'm at my daily goal, I'm perfect trading for the day, do I stop? The easy answer is yes, you should stop. But if you're reading the market properly and everything is flowing, continue trading, but use a trailing stop loss to protect your profit. It's like saying with Michael Jordan, if Michael Jordan hits 10 straight shots in a row, me as a coach, I'm going to bench him and I'm going to take the ball out of Michael Jordan's hand and I'm going to put someone who's cold off the bench to go in the game. To me, that's just utter stupidity. If Michael Jordan, the greatest player in the world playing basketball, has 10 shots in a row, I would tell all the teammates, continue to give him the ball and let him continue shooting. He might go 15 or 20 for 20. He's on fire. He's got the rhythm. Continue feeding the fire until he starts missing. So that's the same thing with trading, guys. If you guys are reading the market and you're killing it and you're having a fantastic day and you're exceeding your daily goal, you can continue to trade. That's a day where you want to trade because the volume is flowing perfectly. And then the days that are ranging and choppy, those are the days to limit your trading, lower your risk, and limit yourself from trading because those are the days that will make or break you. So the days that you can compound your accounts are those flowing volume days, trending volume days. You might even say to me, Ron, this was the easiest day I ever traded. And I'm going to agree with you because it was trending and you're waiting patiently for pullbacks and you're reading the market correctly. You're trading with the trend. So, but then when there's days where it's really choppy, stop trying to make it a trending day and overtrade those days. That's when you limit your risk. Scale down a little bit and take a day off because the next day could be that nice free flowing volume. And that's what I learned over the years was the experience was I was trading every day, every single session, every single candlestick. And I learned how to be selective now. And I'm a much better trader just because of that. So I hope that, can mean something to somebody on this call. To some people, they don't give a shit what I'm saying. It goes in one ear and out the other ear because all they're waiting for is a buy or sell signal. But to those traders that are really, really putting in the effort and learning on a day-to-day basis, listen to what your uncle is saying because I have experience in this and I've learned from all of my past mistakes. So I don't want you guys to go through all of those mistakes that I made back in the day. So hopefully I can help you guys with that. Okay, so guys, what I can do is while gold is just kind of consolidating in here, it is still trending up. We're seeing a trend. Okay, it made a big bullish move there, a pullback higher low, a nice new higher high, pull back right there, new higher high right to the daily. We're pulling back again, but now it's coming up. Maybe it's going to come back down. Then you can see it could be like a head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, there's the head. This, if they can keep it down right over here, just a little higher, could be the right shoulder, and then it could come down into our zone. And that's where I'm looking for a potential buy, okay? As long as the black candle does not close below it, right? Or I just have to continue buying this move right now. And that's it. Like, if you can't wait for that pullback, then you're gonna be forced to buy this move right here, okay? And if you go with it, just use proper risk management. Like if you're going to play, for example, I'm not doing it, but hypothetically, if I was to buy right now, like over there, I'm buying on an impulse because it has not closed above that white line yet. So it would be buying on impulse. And if I did, I would be targeting to come back up to that daily high and maybe break to come up to the next daily point of interest. How much of a stop loss would I give it? If you want to go really tight, you could just be below that blue candle's wick right there. But that's pretty tight. If it just comes down there, you're stopped out and it could go up. So right there, that's where that big bullish ignited candle started on the 15-minute. You can place your stop loss below there. However, if you want to give it like room to breathe and you want to be protected by a daily point of interest, you could give it that much risk. Some traders say, Ron, fuck it. I'm going to give it all the way below that point of control, and I'm looking to hold this shit for the remaining part of the day and maybe get it back up to there. That's fine. Everybody has different rules in trading. Everyone has different profit targets. You know, like me when I'm scalping, I would be screaming for joy if I got it up to there. Sometimes all I'm looking for as a scalp is to take, let's say, a buy here and just to fill up to these bodies. And look at, just to fill up those bodies is 60 to 70 pips. And that's it. As soon as it comes up blue right into there, I'm closing the trade, or I'm trying to be as quick as possible, close out 80% and take my stop loss and go to break even. But some traders do not understand that when I'm on these calls. So that's why sometimes, like yesterday, I left a 70 pip trade because I was looking for something like this, you know, when that's not traditionally how I trade. This morning when I executed that IONQ, I knew exactly what I was looking for. Boom, 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 went in. With the signals that were sent out on gold, I got in. I didn't hold it for the full target. I got my 100 pips and I was out. And I hit my daily goal. It's just on these calls, I'm trying for the life of me to hold longer and longer and longer to help get a maximum move, a bigger move. But I know trading 5-minute candles, it could just be a small move and that's it, right? Or you got to continue to work it. It'll go up, come back down. You're going to watch your profit go away. You might go and draw down. It might come back up. And then I don't like playing those games. It's too, I don't like the emotional roller coaster. I like knowing to get into a trade, know exactly what my target is, get in, get out, and boom, boom, boom. But I'm a different trader than most traders. And that's my edge in trading. Okay. I'm going to say that is my edge in trading is I know how to pip and dip out of the markets because I've added up over my years how much money I've left on the table. And then I just said this was stupidity. I could have bought a new horse and carriage with all of the money I left on the table. I could have had 2 horses. I could have had a horse and carriage for my wife too to drive around the town. she could have had it. We could have had matching horses and carriages. Dennis, I'm gonna come pick you up in London on my horse and carriage today. we're gonna go cruising. Dennis is from London. Dennis, the Unforgiving. He's our man over here. Dennis, I'm gonna pick you up today, brother, this afternoon. Be ready. You're gonna ride shotgun. Okay. While gold's doing its thing, let's do NASDAQ. We got to do NASDAQ. Why? Because we have NVIDIA's earnings. So at 11 a.m., we got some buzz news. NASDAQ top and bottom performers. What are they? ARM Holdings, guys, okay, is up 15%. I guarantee you there was some pre-market activity if anybody caught ARM Holdings today. AMD, holy shit, this thing is a fucking rocket. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, up almost 8% today. Marvel Technologies, Constellation Energy, up 6-7%. The losers, remember, just like you and I, some days we win, some days we lose money. Stock market is the same thing. These are our top performers. Here are bottom feeders. Here are the bottom performers. Analog Devices is down 6%. Intuit is down 3%. And you can see, so there is some winners and losers in the day, okay? The NASDAQ 100 gained 360 points as of 11 a.m. Eastern, or 1.25%, okay? So we know that NASDAQ is moving into the earnings. What's going on, Alex? Gold closed above the white line. Okay, so yeah, it technically did close above the white line. So let's see together if the white line now will act as support, right? It closed with a little bit of blue volume. Now it's retesting it, okay? So right now it broke it, okay? So this could be considered a fake out at that hourly resistance. We have to wait for this bar to close, or if it comes down, picks up a higher low wick, it could come back up. Then you got to make that executive decision if you want to take that trade, if you like how it picked up some liquidity down there, it's still holding, and then ready to turn back blue to the opening balance and fill the wick and drive, okay? So right now we have a move, but it just closed with a little tiny bit of volume above that white line. It's not like it's a full candle closing above. So again, good that you spotted this, Alex, because I like to break this down. So sometimes when a candle closes with just a little bit of volume over the line, it's not as strong as if this was a big blue candle and it closed all the way up above here. Because then if there was a pullback coming down, then there's more of a depth of market that can pick it up. Right now, it just closed there. So the first retest is very small. It has to be like basically an ignited candle or a small wick to pick it up. So right now you're seeing it come all the way down, almost to the opening balance. This black bar might engulf this blue candle and close and then start taking it down. So what I would do is wait for this bar to close. Or if you see there's 3 more minutes came down, see when it came down, it's still holding the opening balance, higher low, coming right back up. So now it flipped. So this is maybe an opportunity for a scalper where it flips blue like that and then you take the buy. However, I would wait for this bar to close because there's too much indecision. It came up, came down, came up, came back down. So I would be cautious. I would just be cautious on this, okay? You have to exercise some caution too when you're trading once in a while, okay? You can't just take every single trade you see just because a little bit of volume closes above a point of interest, right? That's where you got to be, again, selective because you could get faked out of the market. So that's what we'll watch for right now. That's a good area we'll watch for. And if you see it still holding above the white line and still closing above, then you see it's building a little bit of minor support there, okay? So let's just watch this candle right into the close, okay? We're only 2 minutes away. Guys on YouTube, like the channel, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And join us daily. We're post New York all week this week. We'll be New York sessions all summer. Mondays will be starting early, 7 a.m. to get ready for the Monday morning moves and to get ready for the week. And Dave will be doing all summer, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, New York sessions, COMEX and Wall Street. And then we will be joining after him on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, post New York's this time, okay? And we're going to do a little bit of stock and options analysis as well. Believe it or not, stock trading is a lot of analysis, a lot of talking, okay? So some of you guys are going to hate me for it, but you can't just go blindly and just buy stocks. Like sometimes it takes a little research or to talk about a company and follow it for days and weeks and get comfortable and familiar with it. So we will have those sessions too. I look forward to those as well. And there will be a big title in the name. It will say Forex trading, gold, or it will say stock and options trading. And if you don't want to learn about stock and options, you don't need to join the call, okay? And you don't need to come on the call where we're doing stock and options and just ask for gold because we won't be doing it, okay? It's that simple. We will be focusing. You'll see on the schedule gold trading, but when it's stock and options trading, that's what it is, okay? So it won't be gold. We'll have bonus sessions. And if you don't want to learn it, you don't need to join it. It's that easy. If you want to learn, you're more than welcome to join us. Okay, so you see there's a little bit of range on this candle. And we're going to get the close right now in 11 seconds. So let's zoom in and see where the volume closes. Okay, so it closed, again, just briefly below the white line, okay? So now it opened, look, it retested it, now it's a black candle. So the black candle will do its job and to continue to come down this wick and come down and maybe test 50% of this blue candle, okay? But you see how it kind of faked out up there? It didn't really move positive above there because who was I saying that to? To Alex. Alex, sorry. What I was saying was because there was a little bit of blue volume, okay? That's why you got to be kind of a little bit suspicious, right? If it was a big blue candle like this one, that one closed with big blue volume. And then you see when it came down, that's where it should have retested, but it closed below and then it retested it as resistance and pushed it back down. So we started to come back up. Again, little bit of volume closed above and didn't really make a move. So now it's trying again to come back up. There's another wick holding, this support structure right there. So it's still technically holding this 4535 area, and it could come back up. But again, these are all impulse moves. It could flip blue and be an impulse and then get rejected back down. So this is the hardest part of scalping or intraday trading is, do I take the buy now? And then it could come up blue and then make a new high, but you don't want 30 pips, and then it gets rejected and comes back down, okay? The only other option we have is to continue to wait and verify, will the volume blue close above or will black close below? That's it. You have to, as a trader, make an executive decision whether you want to trade now. Do you like the structure, how it's being built? And are we still in an uptrend? Yes. But it could be like that the wave could be maybe tapering off. Like that's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 got to the daily high, and now we could be coming down as a wave 1 bearish. This could be that pullback wave 2, and then we could see bearish coming back down here, right? And then when it comes down there, that could be the good buy opportunity. So it's very difficult to say, right? It's got these doji candles. The volume is just consolidating right here in the last 10, 15 minutes. So it's still in a bullish flag pattern and could continue to go up to today's daily high. However, sellers are here offering, and could push this thing down, okay? And even if I was to look to sell, I know I'm counter trading and I'm going against this bullish trend. So even if I enter to sell and it breaks here and comes down to those bodies, I know it could just come down to those bodies and go right back up. And that would be about 60 pips, 70 pips coming down. If it comes all the way down to that bullish ignited body, that's 100 pips. And that's where those big buyers were in that bar. They could be there protecting that again. So it could drop 100 pips and you don't do anything. And then it catches a wick and returns right back up. And then it's huge bullish candle coming right back up. So you got to know too, even when if you're trading and it gets down to that yellow daily point of interest, you're up 140, 150 pips and you don't do anything, it could find a wick there in daily buyers and return right back up. If it breaks that and you come into the green zone, you have to know the implications of that green zone. And at that time, you're up 200, 250, almost 300 pips. And if you don't do anything down there, that's where it could reverse and come right back up. And we're also getting close to noon in the next 11 minutes. So maybe noon will bring in more volume. Maybe noon will have a momentum switch, maybe a continuation, maybe a pullback. We will see, okay? But right now it's still stuck in this range right here, consolidating right at this hourly point of interest. I'm just checking my spreads on gold. I have a half pip spread. So spreads are good right now. Okay, guys, and I haven't added any indicators or anything on my chart. So let's add some indicators. A lot of you guys are comfortable and familiar with the 9 EMA. So we're currently still above the 9 EMA, which is considered short-term bullish. The 200 EMA is all the way down here, this purple line. So you can see it's probably going to come into our hourly point of control. So, you know, when we're talking about having some confluences, what if the market drops all the way down there and then our 200 EMAs slowly coming in here right at that daily point of interest in this point of control? That would be a good opportunity to look for buys. Even if they sweep the liquidity down there and then they build it, that still would strengthen the buy opportunity, right? So there was a question that Emmanuel asked, is there a time where you should be maybe increasing your risk? Yeah, in situations like this, maybe at trading at these areas. I wouldn't be increasing my risk in a situation like this. I would be maybe taking a feeler trade or just waiting for more confirmations, okay? That's just me. I'm a very selective trader, and I also know how to use a bigger size here, a small feeler trade here, test out the market here, and things like that. Some traders are cookie cutter approach. You trade with one size always, no matter what, right? That's not the best way to trade. You should adapt with the market, feel out the market. I like to use this analogy. If you go to the beach, right? There's some people that when they go in the water, they put their feet in. They get a feel of it. Or a hot tub. Let's use a hot tub example. There's some people that when they go in the hot tub, they put their feet in. Ooh, it's too hot, and go in slowly. And then there's people that will just jump right into the hot tub. They don't give a shit that it's 103 degrees and they just go in. They don't care. Okay. So same thing with trading. There's some traders that take a little feeler trade. It's kind of like putting your foot in the water, testing out the volume. Or there's other traders that just boom, will go all in right now and disregarding everything. They don't give a shit. They just go in with their size and hope for the best. But there's other traders that will feel it out. They go in small. If it goes against them, you can easily close out the trade, take the loss, minimal, small loss, and figure out how now the momentum of the market's moving and then move with the market. So that's a way how you can recover a loss, very small loss, and then capitalize on the move of the markets, okay? What is that? I sound like a Canadian Arab? Oh shit. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Habibi, Habibi, yallah. What? I sound like a Canadian Arab? I thought I'm speaking good English over here. What is it? Broken English? What am I speaking over here? I thought I was French Canadian. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. How about those Habs tomorrow, guys? We swept Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 in the regular season, but they are a tough team. On paper, their entire team is stacked. They swept Ottawa first round 4-0. They swept Philadelphia Flyers next round 4-0, and now they're stepping up to the Montreal Canadiens. Anyone want to play some bets? Guys, I have a crazy parlay going on right now. I can cash out, but I'm going to let it ride. I put $500 on Montreal to win the first round against Tampa. They did. It's parlayed into the second round where they beat Buffalo. So I can cash out right now for $4,000. I'm letting it ride from the $500 bet. I have it parlayed into beating Carolina in the Eastern Conference. And then it's parlayed into going into playing either Vegas or Colorado in the Stanley Cup and beating them. And it will be a nice, healthy payout if we get it. Okay, so let's see what gold's doing going into noon. So it's still, look at black. Okay, so there was a couple fake outs up there and now it's coming down black. So we might get some selling pressure coming in. Oh, don't get me started with shawarma right now. We have a place in London, Al Zain. Oh my God. The way how they take the pita, they put everything in, then they put it back in all of the grease and the oil, then they grill it and it's crunchy. Oh God, don't start with this. Okay. It's lunchtime and I'm starving right here. Okay. We got to look to make some pips for some shawarma right now. We got to eat. Okay. But does this answer your question, guys, that like gold did not really make a move up because limited, like what I was saying, limited volume closed above. It's not like it was a massive bullish candle, just thin volume. Then we were just trading sideways. Now the sellers have control and they push down for the new lower low. So let's see if they can close with some volume below and maybe we can push down going into noon. Maybe we could get our dip buy coming in here, or maybe we have to look to potentially sell the market. And if we do, we have to also acknowledge that we're counter trading a bullish move. Okay. So you can't expect to just have gold just crash down unless there's some significant news in the market, because it could just pull back where buyers are waiting here at the yellow line or they're waiting right here at the green box. It might not even pull back down in here. It might start to come back up blue, and then we close above here and noon continues the rally back up. Okay. So let's just take our time. 5-minute candle by 5-minute candle, see what's going on, and wait for now our new hourly candle. What we can do as well while we're waiting for the 5-minute candle close is take a look at the hourly candle. Jump on the 1H, okay? So we see we have that huge hourly candle at 10 a.m. This is now 11 a.m., which is going to close now. So we know how we opened. It made a low. We still have not tagged into this point of control box. It came back up to the opening balance. We made that high, and now it's coming down. So look at our hourly candle. It's closing in 4 minutes. We might lose all of our blue volume this hour, and it might close as a bearish pin bar. And then next hour could be bearish coming down, right? Look at our hourly candle. We've lost all of our bullish volume right below that hourly resistance line. So next hour could be a black candle coming down, right? Unless the buyers can pick it up and come up. But if they do, they have a big wick to backfill, okay? So that's why I'm watching it on the 5 minutes right over here. So I know that was the big blue candle when they hit the high, and all of this black volume is the hourly wick right now that they would have to backfill in the next hour to continue to break for a new high. And I know that we have short-term volume closing below the hourly resistance. So is this starting to make sense a little bit to somebody on the call? That we could see some further pressure pushing down in the next hour. But what they could do is fake out the buyers. They could bring it right up at noon, could make a big blue candle, and then bring it back down, then start the selling, okay? Because they know that there's liquidity up there as well. So the market is not stupid. The market makers know what they're doing. They're engineering liquidity both ways. We just have to be patient and ready. Okay, so now the selling pressure. So you see, guys, that's why I was hesitant on buying up there, because the limited blue volume. Okay, I was suspicious on that, so that's why I remained not buying. Okay, and now you see sellers have control. And when you're analyzing, guys, this is how I learned how to do this. Like, just look at what happened at the white line. There was some impulse breaks, came back down. Look at the little bit of black volume closed below, it closed right at it, then it pushed down. Now it's closing and pushing down. Okay, so now you see how the sellers are really pushing the market down going into noon now. So in 2 minutes we have a new hourly candle. Okay, and if that would be a nice scalp sell. Like, that's beautiful. Like, even on that closing bar, if you sold right there and you had your stop loss just above there and you got this black candle, that if you're just scalping single bars, that's a great pip and dip candle. Just get in, get out, right? If you sold it here, went down there, that's a 60 pip candle. If you nail 2 or 3 of these a day, you're 100 pips, 150, 200 pips in a 5 minute bar, right? And you can be very selective of which ones you are trading. But if I did that on the call, I took a sell here and said, guys, I'm closing out, you guys would think I'm crazy, right? And so I'm trying to look for bigger moves for us, not just scalp one candle. But when I'm trading, that's a candle I love scalping. I just love how it pushed down at the hourly, closed below, and short wick, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. But someone's gonna say, "Well, Ron, you never took the trade, so you're full of shit." Okay, that's fine. But I'm full of shit then. Do I think smart money concept works? I think any concept works in trading as long as you have the right mindset for risk management, okay? Any strategy you use is a strategy that can help you trading. Any concept can help you. But if I'm trading SMC and I have proper risk management, and you're trading SMC and you're over leveraging and you're not going to be a good trader, no matter if you're using SMC or ABC. Doesn't matter, okay? I might use SMC or ABC and I'm better than you just because I can manage my risk better than you, okay? So this goes for everybody. Any strategy, any concept, anything you guys do, any indicator. Just because you know it doesn't mean you're going to be a better trader. You have to manage your risk at all times in trading. Doesn't matter what strategy, indicator, or concept you're using. Make sure that you guys understand that, what I just said there, okay? You can learn anything, right? Anything. There's endless education in the financial markets. But if you don't learn proper mindset, psychology, no SMC or ICT or zone-to-zone trading or scalping or swing trading is going to help you in that matter. Okay? You have to understand. Your number one job trader before you learn any concept, strategy, or indicator is to learn proper risk management. When you can do that, I'm telling you, you will become the best trader. But it takes years. Like some of you guys are blowing up your accounts on a single candle. And we're trying to now teach concepts in trading. Like, just think about that. I had a guy that came to me 2 weeks ago on a one-on-one. He blew his account in one 15-minute candle, and then he wants me to teach him strategies of trading. I'm like, what the hell do you want me to teach you? You blew your entire account in a 15-minute candle. What do you want me to do for you? Like, and he didn't understand how he blew up his account in a 15-minute candle, but he wanted to learn strategy. Like, it's just, I have no idea how to help some people at sometimes. Like, half the call, I was like, do you understand you blew your account on a 15-minute candle? He did not understand that, but he was more concerned about learning how to do a strategy and still over leverage on a 15-minute candle with that strategy. But everybody learns different. Everybody learns different. Everybody learns different. Yeah, that's right. Some learn faster, some take longer to learn. So is trading not about a strategy? No, you don't have to have a strategy in trading. Today, my strategy in Wall Street was I waited for a dip and I bought a security and I sold it in the blue volume. It wasn't rocket science what I did today. I waited for the market to dip on Wall Street. There's always a Wall Street dip on the security. I've been watching it. So you can call that a Wall Street dip strategy. It dips a couple percent, and then with some buyers buying the dip, I come in. I'm not getting greedy. I'm not looking for to move that security 10% on the day. I'm looking to get 1.5, 2% on just moving it back up, and that's it. And I get my money and get out. I've been doing that rinsing and repeating for the past 2 months on these securities and hitting daily goals. It's a very easy strategy, if you want to call it a strategy. I think we're preoccupied in strategies. I think we're only worried about what's the next best strategy. What's the next best strategy? What if I told you there was no next best strategy? What if I just told you use common sense in trading? Just wait, common sense. Wait here. See this big green box? This is no strategy required. Wait here for the black volume to come in here and look to see if it does something like this. That's it. You can call that strategy whatever the hell strategy you want to call it. But the strategy is we have to wait for it to come in there. That's the strategy. Not a lot of traders want to wait for it to come in there. We have a trader in our group. He only trades on the toilet, okay? He only trades on the toilet, I swear. He goes on the toilet, and that's the only time he'll trade. I have no idea what type of strategy this is. It's the shitter strategy. And he's very good at trading. I swear. He's in our group. And he sits on the shitter. I don't know what he's doing in there, whether he's taking a shit or not, but it's the shitter strategy. He sits on the toilet, and I don't know, he's focused in there. No one is bothering him. He's doing his work in there. It's like his office, and he's making 0.5% per day. He's killing prop firms. And I asked him, I said, what the hell are you doing? Because I want to teach the guys in our group about your strategy. And he said, Ron, I have no strategy. I just go on the shitter and I think better. I'm more focused. I didn't really get in deep into the conversation with him, but that's his strategy. It's the shitter strategy. And he's doing really well. So when I'm going to pick his brain, guys, in the next little bit, and I'm going to figure out more and more to this strategy. It's peace of mind strategy. I think when you go in the washroom, no one is bothering you in there. You're focused. You're doing your thing. You could be doing another thing as well. And he's making money. So it's working for him. So I said, don't knock it if it's working. It clears his mind. You're absolutely correct. There you go, Joseph. I know someone in the group. Joseph says I've taken some fire trades on the shitter. No one's, but I see. Okay, so I know this is a strategy, but I guess people are embarrassed to talk about this strategy. Ask Dave. I didn't want to say who it was, but Dave and his shitter strategy. Ask Dave tomorrow on the live about the shitter strategy. Dave will tell you all about it. Guys, it's Dave's strategy. I didn't want to call him out. Yep. Okay, so we're getting a little pullback, okay? But now let's see if this zone is going to be a red zone on this pullback, okay? Let's see if the sellers are here to push it down one more leg down, or if the buyers can bring it back and close it above here. Guys, in the meantime, when gold is doing its thing right here, I'd like to just do NASDAQ real quickly because it is a special day for NASDAQ. It is NVIDIA's earnings. So I'm just going to go a quick top down. Okay, look how it's been. Wow. Okay, so it's been crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't need to start charting down here. I need to really focus just on what we got going on up here, okay? Because we're walking into NVIDIA's earnings. That is the all-time high for NASDAQ, 29,700 on the dot, okay? And now we got some, points of interest right here. Let's look at this point of interest. Why here? There's a body. Yesterday's low almost came in there, but came up, back up, okay? So we have another point of interest right here where we pulled back right there, body, and you see we're above it right now. So I know this is a ghetto top-down analysis, I know, but I just want to break this down right now. We have a really bullish candle. I don't think NASDAQ is going to go all the way bearish to break down here, so I don't need to analyze this. We need to more analyze the upside because we're so close to all-time high. Okay, so one thing that I need to dissect here is this big black candle. We've already retested it right there. So it's right around 50% right there. Okay, so this was this week, Monday. We opened bullish, traded right into Friday's point of control, 50%, got rejected, came down, closed right there. Yesterday we opened, was bullish. They sucked in the buyers again, lower high, brought it back down. The sellers did their job filling the wick, and they also backfilled Tuesday last week's wick and created new weekly low. We came back up, and there's my closing and opening price today right there, 28,820. It was initially bearish when we opened, so there's our lowest point of the day. There's my purple line, and when we hit our low of the day, again, I bought that Wall Street dip. It dipped. I bought the Wall Street dip, and I came up with that blue volume on that one security I was talking about. And look at NASDAQ continuing to fill. Did it backfill yesterday's wick? So that's fresh in the market. So let's identify it, 29,120. Because if it comes back down, black, we get rid of this blue volume, maybe right there. That was resistance. Maybe it's going to hold as support today. If it can't hold, if you want to have one more line, you can have one more line right there at the close and open of Monday, Tuesday, okay? So you see how I have a lot of yellow lines, but as a scalper, those are more than enough for me to get some pips out of the market, okay? But we're coming up bullish. Have we broken? Look, have we broke? The question is yes or no. Have we broke yesterday's high? Technically, we have not. We just missed it by 327 to 345, about 20 pips away from breaking yesterday's high. So that technically our high right now is a lower high, and they're trying to push this volume down, okay? So it's really bullish. If I look at a pattern, we see it come up, all-time high right there, pull back. We've created a neckline. Now it looks like it wants to come back up, but it might just trade in here, and NVIDIA's earnings might give it that extra push to break for a new all-time high. However, if they're holding it down, then we might see some, if NVIDIA slips on the earnings or misses or something happens, then it's setting itself up for maybe a lower high to come back down, and maybe we break and we're selling off the remaining of this week or next week, okay? So whether you're trading or not, be focused on NVIDIA's earnings and the close of NASDAQ's daily candle, okay? Because it could tell us direction for how we're moving tomorrow and Friday and all of next week. So we still have a lot of bullish volume in the daily candle. We're not too far from the highs and can still drive. What I would be looking now at the hourly, okay? Where did all of this bullish volume come from? So we were selling down. It came back up Monday. That's 3 p.m. That's power hour. Then right there, futures market pulled back down. We broke the low liquidity sweep yesterday at 10 a.m. Came back up, consolidating all of this shit. Then we started to move last night. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., there's London, little inside bar, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. It got choppy at Wall Street this morning, but it picked back up at 10 a.m., big bullish candle. So you see that hourly candle? See the cut line? It's my yellow line. So even on NASDAQ, if the hourly volume comes right there, I could be looking to entertain a buy at 116. A better buy would be right at psychological 29,000 if it gets down there. So what I can do is add an alert at that yellow line. Create it, add it, wait for it today, create another one at that one. Obviously, the deeper in the depth of market I go are better discounted buys, okay? If it comes all the way down near the lowest point of the day, you're buying at the best premium, you're buying at the best area for a discount, okay? This is just a shallow pullback. That's deeper, that's deep, that's at the lowest point of the day, okay? Now what's going on the hourly? We just hit this hour, 11 a.m., we hit the highest point. Look at closed. Now we're starting noon. Noon is reversing the market. So if I'm just looking to scalp, right there, my hourly transition. There was an hourly bar close and open. White line, I know white line is my hourly, 29,193. So we might see a little consolidation here, maybe one more move up, or it's going to start to break down. On the 5 minutes, okay, we had this little bullish move right there. Okay, so it's kind of broke the trend right now momentarily. It was coming up higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low. Big move at 11:15 on gold and NASDAQ. There was news at that time, the breaking news about this, the US in final stages of talks with Iran. So this is how you can learn with breaking news and volume. Look at when this comment came out at 11:18. Look how big the candle was on that news. Look at gold too at 11:15. Look at NASDAQ. Okay, so if you're telling me that Donald Trump doesn't move the markets, look at when he said that and look at the volume behind it. Okay, that's how you can learn, right? Learn. Well, that's why when news happens and you're on the wrong side of the trade, that's when if you're over leveraged, you could really do damage to your account. Can we predict what time Trump is going to say something? No, we can't. All we can do is adapt to the market and use proper risk management. Okay, so now we have a little top on the 5 minutes right there, 29,280. If I go across backwards, I can see it was that wick. That looked like an impulse to get to the daily high. And right now, the 5-minute NASDAQ structure has a red wall right there in the market, holding it down. So if it comes back in, we'll see if it closes above, we could come back up to the daily high, or it's going to continue to push down. So NASDAQ is kind of consolidating right through here right now. We'll wait for it at an indicator. We're right at the 9 EMA, just below it. 200 EMA is at this daily point of interest, 29,000. Maybe it's going to creep back up to 29,116. That would be a nice dip buy at a daily point of interest. Plus, you have a 200 EMA coming up, so that could strengthen. So I could be looking for a nice discounted buy at this location. If I'm not looking just for the yellow line, I draw a zone. And the reason how I draw the zone is exactly what the candlesticks behind me are telling me. Body to the wicks. There's the zone. A little bit above the yellow line, a little bit below, so equal distance. I have my alert in there, so I just wait now patiently. After this call, I'm going to go tend to my daughter. She's not feeling well, but if I get an alert down there, I watch to see, would it be a double bottom? Yes, I'm buying. Is it scooping liquidity, coming back up, doing a head and shoulder, all of that shit. You should do some pattern recognition in your trading as well, okay? So we'll let NASDAQ do its thing, and gold. Okay, so gold came right back to our red box and getting rejected. So this could be an opportunity now to look to sell down with gold, okay? Look, it came back up right into there, got rejected, spin top. Now it's a black candle. This might be the go ahead to go in. This candle just opened 4 minutes ago. Okay, so I'm going to sell this candle. Okay, I'm going in on a sell on gold. This is going to be my only trade of this session. It's 12:15, new 15-minute candle. I see it already pulled back into there, lower high, spin top. Now a black candle is produced. So I'm going in. Now, when I'm in a trade, the next thing I'm doing is managing my stop loss. Do I want my stop loss to be all the way above the daily high? You can if you want to give it more room to breathe. I'm going to choose to bring it above this wick right over here. See this wick? Right there, that wick, the candle of 1120, I'm just going to place my stop loss just above that, okay? Because if it breaks above there, it probably has a high probability it will aim to fill that wick and drive for a new daily high, and I don't want to give it any unnecessary money back to the market. Now, my profit target could be the yellow line, right? That's just like a 1-to-1 on your money. But if we break it down to the top of the green box, we're getting maybe a 1 to 1.5. And then if it trades deep into there, you better believe I'm closing out the trade. Okay, so I'm in a sell. It's in the money right now, but that's not what we're looking for. We're not just looking for quick little scalp. We want to break that low. So if we break that low, it's 50 pips. And then we can come down to the yellow line, could be 100 plus pips. Okay, so first thing we have to do as sellers is continue to take out a low, that low right there. We have to work our way down and take out 4527. Okay, if we can do that, we're creating a new lower low in the market. Then maybe this red box can get stronger above us because more offers will start coming in here. Maybe the buyers that are pending down here will cancel their pending orders and start putting pending buys to buy deeper down into here if they see bear volume starting to come down into the market. But you see how it made this shoulder, this red box above us? We watched that in real time. We watched those hourly candles, those 5-minute candles did not break above there, came down, they pushed, came back up, retested this. That's why I went in the sell. When you want the explanation, that's my explanation. Told you where my stop loss is. I can control my stop loss. This candle is going to close in less than 2 minutes. This is representing a 15-minute bar as well. So if you want to clean up all the 5 minutes, when you look at the 15 minutes, we're barcoding. Blue, black, blue, black. So do we have enough? This is like an M pattern with 4 bars on the 15 minutes. Blue came up, black came down. Blue came up, lower high, black could come down. So look, that's what we got to break. If we break that, it's like an M pattern breaking, and we could squeeze our way down and shoot to the yellow line. Okay, but the 15 minutes have been barcoding here. So it could definitely come right back up, right? Blue, black, it could get a wick and come back. So we really have to push down with this 15-minute volume to really break this area here. And it's still holding support currently right now. Some of you guys, I see, moved your stop losses lower. That's great that you did that. Like maybe I'm too high too. I'll do that too. I'll move my stop loss now just above the red zone. Okay, so you see how I minimize my risk now from there to there? 50, 55, 60 pip, I just reduced my risk. Okay, so the maximum risk I have in this trade is now 80 pips. Okay, from where I had 140 up there. Okay, so but if I see that it starts flipping back up blue, I could close the trade here, take a 40 pip stop and get out of the trade. Okay, I'm gonna manage it with a live candle. I want to see now while I'm in the money. I want to see when it closes now in 15 seconds. Can we get some volume down? How will the next candle open up? Can I still get 50% cut this candle in half? Is it closing below at least a couple bodies? Is it engulfing anything? So it's not a structural bar. It didn't close below all of this. So it is a black candle in the money. Short wick. We just opened blue and got rejected. So let's see if the black candle can continue to fill the wick and take this out. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to come back up blue, blue, blue. But we could trade right into 50% or the opening balance, or, you know, this resistance up here at 4534. So we got a nice black candle. Can it continue to fill that wick and break lower? Then if it does, I know that my 15-minute candle behind me is coming down with some higher time frame volume. So right now we're just in this down, up, down, up. We need a big structural candle, like a nice big black liquidation candle to come down and really hit these orders down in here. Okay, so I got that bar that I'm looking for, but we got to break that low, right? Okay, so remember what I measured to that red line is 50 pips. For most scalpers, that's boom, boom, boom. Take the trade, get your 50 pips with zero drawdown. But if we're looking for a bigger move, if we break, like I'm showing you guys exactly what we could target right there. That bullish ignited candle that started everything at 11:15, right? If we come down there, it could be tweezer bottoms, equal lows, and those buyers could protect that if they're protecting right here. Okay, so that's 50 pips. There's the drop. Okay, so now I'm gonna reduce my risk even more. Okay, I'm only gonna be above that opening of that candle. So look at now. How much am I risking on this trade? Let's see. That's where my stop loss is now. I'm risking 15 pips, 15, and I'm in profit right now, almost 70. Okay, you can go to a break even if you like, but this trade worked out beautiful. We walked right into this. How it didn't close above there. It pushed down, came back up. And remember, I just flipped from NASDAQ to this and said, that's perfect. We held our red block, lower highs. I was in that black candle. I went in on impulse, why the structure behind me was telling me exactly. Okay, now I haven't taken out any profit. So this could fuck me, right? Just like yesterday. Same thing. I was up 70 pips. I wanted more and more and more. This could reverse now because I have a very, very tight stop loss. But that 15-minute bar is coming down now, okay? So that's what I was saying. It's an M pattern, blue, black, blue, black. And if we get our 15-minute candle coming down, there we go. 15-minute volume could break that 15-minute body. Let's see if we can break here. Should I take profit, country? Okay, because you say so. Let's do it. I'm going to take out 80% right there at 4,526 right there. 4,526.50. Perfect. I got filled there. So I took out 80%. And I got 20% remaining, okay? So my 20% remaining, I'll go country to a break even, no risk at all. And I cleared out 80% down on that wick right there. So I'm happy. But if it continues to move down, the runner will do its job. Because yesterday I left some money on the table. Thank you to my cousin country. I love you, bro. And sometimes one of you guys just say, Ron, take some profit. That's all I need to hear. And then it's good. I'm good because that's good enough for me, right? Anything over 30 pips, I'm happy. It's good enough for me. But let's see. Let's continue with the runner. We have a live runner. Let's see. Well, I have a live runner. I don't know about you guys, but I have a live runner. Continue to move. So you guys see, my original stop loss was above that wick. Then when I started to see it go in deep into the money, I took it, placed it above the red box. As we started to break that low, I went right above that candle. So that's how you manage your risk. You don't need to stay with your stop loss open all day, right? If you're going in the money, start lowering your risk to eventually get it to break even so you have no capital at risk. The worst case scenario is it'll come back up and just tag you at break even. No win, no loss. It's a lesson. Learn from it, okay? Now we've got lower lows, and lower highs. So we've got maybe a slope where we're in a parallel channel coming down like this, right? Can we continue with this? Remember this bullish channel we were in coming up, 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 and then that's where it just fizzled off right there. And now we could be sloping down to come into this bigger green box down in here. And that's where the bigger buyers are potentially waiting. Guys, hit W in the chat. Comment if you guys understood the trade, right? Did you understand my psychology going into this trade? I hope I broke it down properly to you guys. That's a live trade, live analysis, live psychology, breaking down risk management and profit with you guys. I don't know what else I got to do here. Maybe I got to sing and dance and do cartwheels with you guys. I have no idea what you guys want to see for us to get a like or subscribe on this channel. You know, sometimes we do this and there's 500 people on a call and there's only 80 likes and it just boggles my mind. I don't know what else you want me to do. Do you want me to dance? Do you want me to take maybe I'll take a live shitter trade. Maybe that I'll do a short video with a live shitter trade. I'll go on the shitter and whether I'm doing a number 2 or not, I'll tape it live and we'll post it to see if we can get some likes out of you guys. Maybe that will get us some likes. Who knows? Is that what you guys want to see? You guys want to really see someone going on the shitter, taking a trade? Alex, if I do a shitter trade, you'll personally give me all the money? No, I'll do it. I'll do it just because for YouTube. I'll do it for YouTube. I'll take one for the team. I'll literally take one for the team. We'll get Dave to do it. I'll talk to Dave and we'll get Dave to do it. We'll get Dave to do it. Yeah, if you guys want to spam now is the time to spam a W or something. This is where we spam. See, we don't have to beg for, are we buying, are we selling? We will eventually on this channel, we'll get into a trade, okay? But we have to take our time. Do you see how we had to analyze? It all started right here at this hourly white line. Remember, we were considering buying up there, right? So we made the right decision to wait. Why? This is why it started. Rob, I think I was talking to you. That thin blue candle just closed, squeaked above it. It didn't close strong with momentum. It didn't close strong with conviction, right? Just a little bit of volume. So that's why I was hesitant. Then when I saw it kind of spin tops, I'm saying, let's relax. Let's draw a red zone here. And then we got a closing bar, push down. I didn't take that sell. We waited for the pullback. And then right there, I was doing NASDAQ. And then I just flipped right over and I saw this happening. And I said, guys, it's go time. Got to take that trade. You have to be able to pull the trigger at when you see everything meeting your requirements. That's what a sniper is. Do not continue to think it out. That met all requirements. We closed below. It retraced back up. Look at the red box. It made a lower high right there. We got away from the red zone, right? The hourly, the 5-minute candles diverged away from the hourly resistance, and then rejection. This was a bearish ignited candle coming down. I went in with it, right? Now, look at, okay, we took out the low, cut this candle in half right there. Take that red line, bring it right up to the halfway point. See now how it's holding up at this strong bullish 15 ignited minute candle right here. So that's what's holding the market right now from breaking down right there. You see where I have that red line? See how it's coming right back up? So now when it comes back up, it may trade into good. We got a shallow rejection, did not trade into 50%. Now we could push down and break that. Now this would be the time to continue to break down and break this. Our 15-minute candle and 30-minute candle are closing now in 2 minutes. So if we get 15-minute candle closing below all of this structure, we could really push down in the next little bit. So watch the big fight here between all these 15-minute buyers and sellers right here at, look at the psychological number, 45 and a quarter. 452425. I'm telling you guys, this shit is like clockwork. I'm going to stay on the 15-minute candle to watch this. Okay. And if we break, if we come down to that daily yellow line, that's 120 pips down there. The 9 EMA for 15-minute is right there at 545.23. Okay. So look at right here. Oh man, this is like going to come down to the wire. This is like the San Antonio, Oklahoma double overtime game. Anybody watch Wemby? That guy is unreal. I don't think he's going to go down as the greatest player of all time like Michael Jordan, but he's going to go down as the greatest big man to ever play basketball. The man is crazy. He's like almost 8 feet tall. He can dribble like a point guard. He's shooting threes. He's crossing over guys and he's dunking on guys. And he's playing like 40 minutes plus a game. I think his box score was 41 points, 24 rebounds. He's crazy. And he's 22 years old. When he gets a max contract, it's going to be $1 billion. Okay, so see the close now. Here's the close. They did not close below it, okay? So this is not a structural bar, okay? We can still cut it in half, but if it closed below there, oh man, it would have been big. So now we have a new 15-minute candle opening, okay? Just open black. So can it take out that small wick and penetrate even lower for a new lower low, okay? I'll watch it on the 5s. Remember, I got a runner, okay? I got 20% still running in this. So can we get a 5-minute push and maybe close below there? And then maybe we'll have our next 15-minute flush coming in. Okay, and see how we're finding a wick and a wick at this big bullish ignited 15-minute candle. This is what started the entire move up that hit today's daily high. All of this. That was when Trump said that right there, the breaking news. The US is in final stages of talks with Iran. Okay, so maybe the news has faded away now, and now the market is just retracing right back to when that news announcement happened. Okay. Please, guys, manage your trade, okay? It's a pretty good trade right there, coming down 80 pips. Trump is talking again. Look, right now, 12:31. There's more fighting to come unless Iran gets smart, okay? So it's hard to trade when Trump keeps talking. It's not easy, guys. NASDAQ sold off, okay? So now it's below the white line. So if it comes up, let's see if it gets rejected, like right there, to continue to maybe sell below that point, okay? If it closes above, then you could see maybe NASDAQ could continue moving back up to here, okay? But let's watch gold because we're in a live trade with gold. Okay, so you see, guys, just for lessons purposes, okay? See where it found the support? Right at that bullish ignited 15-minute candle right there. So that's those buyers that bought that candle are there protecting their position right now, okay? So that's why sometimes when it comes to these locations, that's why I say, guys, do something. Do something. Like I nudge you, to do something. Because this could now find that support and come all the way right back up to where I entered. Then the 20% remaining, it will get tapped out at break even. But I'm happy that Country Cousins told me, Ron, take some money out, because I could have left again another 70 pips on the table. And that's not good, because on these live calls, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table when I shouldn't be. Okay, so every call is a lesson. But you see, when it came up, okay, back to that red line. Okay, now when you look to those bodies, body, still holding, they've rejected it back down. If we consolidate down here without coming back to the entry point, we can consolidate and continue to break down. So that's a good rejection. 9 EMA. A lot of you guys use the 9 EMA as like a trend indicator. So we're respecting it and still pushing down. Now we have a mixed reaction candle, an indecision candle, where it opened black, came back up blue, went back down to the opening balance. So if we consolidate down here and more sellers come in, we might be able to break this and continue to push down to the daily point of interest yellow line, 45.20. But you can see now it's a dogfight right here at this location between the buyers and the sellers at this particular candle, right? That's where the battle is. So can the 15-minute volume continue to offer and break that? Okay, this is a battle between the higher time frames, not the 5 minutes. Trump says the Coast Guard has captured 3 Iranian vessels total. Okay, so it's good. We've coming down. Let's see if we can close in one more minute with some bearish volume. Even if it's a bearish spin top, bearish pin bar, then we can maybe get an ignited bar breaking down. What rappers would I recommend from Canada? Drake just dropped his Iceman album. Anyone listening to that album? I didn't like it at first, but I've been listening to it. Like I'm starting to like it. It's not bad. Not those other ones, Habibti and the other ones he has made of, but the one Iceman. He's got some bangers on it. I'm not gonna lie. I like the one Janice. Shut the F up. And Too Hot for the Radio. When the beat transitions into the West Coast beat, it's a banger. Okay, so see how we closed? Spin top candle, indecision. It's opening blue. It's got to continue to fill that wick. So if we can reject this quickly, then maybe we can break down here. Okay, so we got a nice rejection. We got rejections. We just need to start bidding down below this. Look at the psychological level, this 45.25 level. I'm telling you guys, it's a block in the market. It's not easy to break this, but if it does break, it could start to bleed out. See right here, this 45.25. It's not easy, but look how the volume just fizzled off, just died off. So something's going to happen here. It's going to either be a nice big blue candle breaking through here, or it's going to be a big black candle liquidating the buyers, and we can continue to profit down. But it's a big battle here. Sirius, welcome. Hello, you're new here. I like your content, but I don't understand. Do you provide signals live when to enter and explain? Yes. To answer your question real quick, we do a top-down analysis. We chart and we analyze. And I did take a live gold sell here and broke it down my thought process and told you my suggested stop loss, TP, how we manage this, and all of that. Yes, we do take live trades, but we like to analyze and break things down. Some days we win, some days we lose, some days we break even, some days we have fun, some days we get frustrated here. Welcome to the world of trading. And welcome to SSD. Thank you for joining, guys. If you're new, again, subscribe to the channel, guys. We appreciate all of you guys. Hopefully you guys can learn with us. I'm big on mindset, psychology, risk management. Big on that, okay? I'm really big on price action, but believe it or not, I'm bigger on managing your risk. I'm bigger on having daily goals. I'm bigger on treating trading like a job, clock in, clock out, just like pip and dip. You don't want to spend your entire day staring at the charts. You're going to get migraine headaches. I had those for years. Thank God I'm not staring at the charts as much, and my migraines have gone away because there was days where I couldn't even look at a computer for days and weeks. So just by staring at this shit for 24 hours a day. So I want, and us at Dave and everyone at SST, we want you guys to trade, but trade to a goal for 1 to 2 to 3 hours maximum and get out of these markets. Go see your family. Go outside, enjoy the weather, go do hobbies. Do not live at a computer, okay? Believe me. That's why intraday trading and scalping is a gift if you learn how to do this, because you could literally get in, get your daily goal, and get out. You don't have to have 1,000 pip goals, okay? When you learn how to do this, you could go for 100 or 200 pips a day. And someone will say, well, Ron, I can't do that because I have a really small account. Well, you can learn how to trade with a really small account, still target 1% per day or 100 or 200 pips. And then when you get confident what you're doing, prop firms are begging you right now, this day and age, they're begging you to see if you're a good trader, and they will fund you a $25,000, a $50,000, $100,000 account if you are a good trader, and they will pay you 80% profit. You're a contractor working for them. You don't need to use your own money, okay? So there's that too. I don't want to hear excuses from anybody on the call. I don't have enough money. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You can learn how to trade free on YouTube with us, or join the group and trade with them. And you can. There's prop firms available. I'm not a prop firm trader right now. I trade my own money, but if I wanted to become a prop firm trader, I could buy an account, open it up, and try my best to beat it. Okay, but you see, guys, we did not break down that supporting level, okay? So let this be known to a lot of traders. When we get down to a location of pay attention, to a massive higher time frame bullish engulfing ignited candle structural bar, they're not easy to break, okay? So it might take a pullback and then again to come down. However, this is now the supporting level that right there, we tried 2 times to break and did not succeed, okay? So now it's pulling back up. So in situations like this, if you go into a sell and you don't respect these candles, this is what can happen. Situations like this, it can come right back up, go back to your entry point. Some of you guys don't trade with a break even, I know that, and it will go right to your stop loss. then you're scratching your head if you even journal it. I know 90% of you guys, 9 out of 10 of you guys do not journal. So I know only one of you guys out of 10 journals. So then you're going to go over this and say, okay, I see what happened. I got a little greedy at that candle. I wanted more. And then it came right back up and stopped me out or hit my stop loss. Now you went from a positive trade to a negative trade. And I know what leads after that. Revenge trading leads after that. Over leveraging because you want to make up your loss next. Then you're not waiting patiently for another good high probable setup. You're trading the next best available candle. Believe me, I've gone through all of that with you myself for you guys, and I'm telling you that's not a good strategy to trade with. Okay, so that's why I like to pip and dip at these locations. Get my money and I don't think about it. I don't think about it. I analyze it and that's it. I'm done with it. The money is in my pocket. I'm happy. If it was going to go down further, that's why I have a runner. Okay. Am I still in? I'm still in with the 20% runner, but it looks like I'm going to get tagged out. I'll give you guys a heads up as soon as I get stopped out because I trade off of Fusion Markets and it's a little different than this TradingView chart, but I will verbally tell you as soon as I get tapped out. I'm sitting right at my entry was at 45.32.50 cents. And don't forget, guys, today, big afternoon, NVIDIA's earnings, 420. This gentleman with this tight leather jacket, man, I want to buy this man's leather jacket. I would rock that on a live call. Look at that with the zippers. Man, looks like he's Michael Jackson with this thing. That's Jensen Huang. This man has made a lot of retail traders very wealthy. This gentleman right here. NVIDIA was $18 when COVID started in 2020. $18. Right now it's trading at about $230, but there was also stock splits. So it's trading at an all-time high, but if they never did a stock split, it would be much, much, much higher. Sanshuya. Is it a good idea to buy at 45.14, 45.10, 45.14 right here? Yeah, in this green location, this green box. That's a good probable setup in here because that's that hourly point of control. If you go to your hourly candle, we have not retraced in there all day today. Okay, there was that big volume-based candle at 10 a.m. and that was the most recent pullback. What we were trading into, we couldn't break it down so far. So yes, that would be a great location to entertain a buy. I would say from 45.12 to 45.07 back down to psychological 4,500. Anywhere in there, okay? As long as you're watching what's going on. Okay, guys, I just got tapped out at break even. So when I'm reviewing this trade right now, okay, I got tapped out at break even. Now, had I not taken out any profit, it would be a break even trade altogether, okay? I'm okay with that, but as long as I didn't get stopped out. So I'm happy that I took out 80%. But another learning lesson is look down here. We did not break this ignited bullish candle, okay? If there's any lesson in today's call, it's that right there. See with that news candle, 11:15, when Donald Trump said the final stages of talks with Iran, look at when we came down, we retested it. So the buyers, let me break this down now. The buyers that bought this candle, this ignite bar, protected their position from breaking down, or maybe they added another order, or maybe they had pending orders. So you see, we tried to break down. Even the 15-minute candle tried to break down. But when it came down, look, it touched, turned, retapped, retested, and it's a big bullish engulfing candle. Look at the 15-minute candles, how disgusting they are. Blue, black, blue, black, blue, again building. So we could now this afternoon break out bullish on gold again. So we took a counter scalp down. And I think my monitor just froze. Everything just froze, guys. And I don't know if I can hear, you guys can hear me on Zoom or you guys can hear me on YouTube, but my system just froze, and I was about to wrap it up at this time, but yeah, everything froze, guys. I apologize. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Dave in New York. My system just froze. Shit.